Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing some regular boho box braids. I'm not doing knotless braids this time. Nobody usually books for box braids anymore, but my client booked for small box braids, so I decided to record it. So first with the hair, of course you started off differently than a knotless braid, so I just take a small piece of hair. I'm separating like a third of that, and I'm going to wrap that around the bigger piece to make a loop, like y'all just saw me do right there. And when I grip my box braids, I grip the entire piece of my client's hair. I braid once so that my client's hair is on my right side. Then I go and split my client's hair into two, as you can see me doing right now. I did slow it down so y'all can kind of see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go and continue braiding, but making sure I keep a firm grip. For this style, I use 3 packs of the Prestretched Expressions hair in 52 inches in the color 27, and also 1 pack of the Freetress human hair boho in the color 27. And I believe this style took me about 6.5 hours to complete. I was able to get a different angle here, so I'm going to slow it down once again and explain how I do my regular box braids. So as you can see, I have my piece of hair and I'm separating just about a third of that so that I have 2 separate pieces, one bigger, one smaller. Then I'm going to wrap that around each other to create a loop. I'm going to put the smaller piece is going to be on my left side, and then the bigger piece is going to be on my right side, and I'm splitting that in 2, so you still have 3 legs, if that makes sense. Then I'm going to wrap that hair around my client's entire piece of their natural hair. Then once it gets to my right side, I'm going to split my client's natural hair into 2, and then continuing to braid, but making sure I keep a firm grip and not like letting loose of the braiding hair, because then that's when you get box braids that are super like loose and not really firm. For everybody that keeps asking what's the difference between a knotless braid and a box braid, I know a lot of people know what knotless braids are, but there are some people that don't really know the difference between knotless braids and regular box braids. Knotless braids start with the client's natural hair, and you're feeding in the braiding hair a little bit at a time to make it look more seamless and more natural. Regular box braids, you're starting off with braiding hair, so it creates like a knot or a loop at the roots, which makes it a tiny bit heavier and also not as natural looking, but still can give the same look. And the same, you can still get boho with regular box braids. They look a little bit more fuller, so if you're the type of client that don't really like the flatness of knotless braids, then you can just get regular box braids to get that look. For parting, I'm doing the same thing that I would be doing if I was doing knotless braids. For my small size, I do 3 to 4 rows in the back and then 7 across the top. So that's what I'm doing here. I'll part it the same way that I do for knotless braids. For the boho, I'm doing it the same way like I do any other style. I'm adding it in on my right side, braiding until the long curly piece get to my left, and then I pull it out and or clip it up, and then I continue braiding. Even when doing regular box braids, I do try to bricklay all of my parts. It still just makes them look more fuller and more neat to me. Bricklaying is just making sure that one braid falls in between two braids. Not every row is gonna bricklay, but I do make sure that the rows that can bricklay, they do. Once I get to the top, I do be struggling a little bit when doing regular box braids because I don't be tall enough, and I be wanting all of them to look super neat and consistent. So I be kind of standing on my tippy toes a little bit, and I'm always making sure I'm keeping my fingers close together, close to my client's roots, so that I can get a nice firm grip and all of them will look the same. And as you can see, for this last row at the top, I am parting in between the row underneath it so that they will lay in between each other. So this is the end of the video. I'm gonna finish off her style with moussing it down and adding a little bit of spritz. Then I'm gonna dip it in the hot water, and I'll show all of that in a minute. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We just hit 3,000 subscribers and I'm super excited about that. Thank y'all so much for subscribing and liking and watching my videos. I hope that y'all enjoyed this one since it's a little bit different than just regular knotless braids all the time or boho knotless. Make sure y'all shop BBS Hair Care for the best edge control and braid gel. I will have all of the links in my description box below, but I will also have it linked in my YouTube store, so you can click and then you can shop there as well. Make sure you follow me on all of my social medias at sway.kent on everything: Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and TikTok. And I will catch y'all in the next video.